He wanted to tell this story through the eyes of people who were paying attention and who knew that a financial disaster was inevitable.
But there were a handful of characters who actually had seen it coming and made a fortune off of it. And there were so few of them, and there were so many people who had been on the other side, that I thought that I kind of wondered who they were and why they got themselves into that position.
What they saw.
What they saw. Almost more how they saw.
How many people were there, do you think, in the world that understood what was going on?
Between 10 and 20 investors, at most. And this is from a universe of tens of thousands of people who could have conceivably made that bet.
The first one to see that something was seriously amiss in the burgeoning subprime mortgage market was Dr. Michael Berry, a California physician with only one good eye. He lost the other one to cancer as a child and also suffers from Asperger's syndrome, a condition related to autism that often produces an aversion to social contact. Uncomfortable dealing with patients, Berry quit medicine and started a hedge fund in Cupertino, spending most of his time in a darkened office glued to his computer screen. Beginning in 2003, he turned to something that no one else in America was doing, reading and analyzing the pools of risky subprime mortgage loans that Wall Street had been buying up and bundling into highly profitable mortgage-backed securities, which they were selling to investors around the world.
I called up the prospectuses and I read the prospectuses and I looked at these pools. I could see the credit standards within these pools deteriorating, just quarter to quarter.
How could you tell that?
There was essentially crappier mortgages being put into these pools, and it didn't seem investors seemed to care, and it didn't seem the ratings agencies seemed to care.
Do you think many people read these prospectuses?
I think the lawyers that put them together, to an extent, maybe.
Do you think the executives at the big Wall Street firms who were issuing these bonds had read them? Or understood them?
I don't think they read them, no. I think that there were probably junior analysts that were given the task of reviewing these documents. However, I think that this was a profit center. It was a profit center. It was something the organization wanted to do.
In effect, Lewis writes, Michael Berry was doing the first real analysis of the creditworthiness of the subprime borrowers and the structure of the complicated Wall Street mortgage securities, the kind of work that was supposed to have been done by bond rating agencies like Standard & Poor's and Moody's so that investors could accurately judge their risk.
What you were doing sounds to me like the job that the rating agencies should have been doing.
And there's no way the ratings agencies had anywhere near the manpower to look through all that was being issued.
Yeah, but you're one guy.